Thank you very much, Ella, and good afternoon to everyone. Um, First of all, thanks for Nuclear Industry Association for inviting me for this exciting talk. Um, Today, I'm going to talk about a program called ESA Technology Broker for UK. Before doing that, I would like to do a few things. First, let me introduce myself, and after introduction, I'll just give you a very brief about TWI where I work. And then finally, I'll kind of give you about how the ESA Technology Broker for UK works. Um, what are some of the examples in terms of technology transfer and how it is relevant, some of this program for you. And finally, if you have any question answer, I'm happy to take those if you have some time. Let me introduce myself. I'm Abbasi Gandhi. I worked at TWI. I'm a space industry executive and also managing ESA technology broker for UK. We are the only broker in UK. And just going to the next slide, and this is about the TWI. So some of you might know about TWI or might have worked with TWI, but just give you a brief about us. We are membership-based organization. Um, we provide actually impartial expert advice, know-how, and safety assurance through engineering, material, and technology, joining technologies. That's helping you design, create, and operate the best products possible. Um, we started more than 100 years back. We are actually descended from British Welding Research Association, where we grown into one of the foremost independent research and technology organization. Currently, we have more than 600 industrial members across the world and around more than 600 plus staff globally. We do also have a professional members, and that kind of more than 2,000 right now, plus who has individual membership with the TWI. In terms of our R&D centers, you can see it's four main site in UK. Um, First one is Cambridge, where I belongs to, which is the headquarter. Other in the north side is the Rotherham and Middlesbrough, and then Wales side is the Port Talbot. All of these R&D center has a different expertise in terms of some of the technologies they have. Um, I'll go through some of the technology what we do at TWI in next few slides. So as I said, we are having a global customer presence from different countries. We support industry starting from very low TRL, from 1 to at very high TRL, where they are looking for doing the mass manufacturing. We are not mass manufacturer, but we support them in terms of doing the technology transfer into the mass manufacturing. As you see from these symbols, we kind of work across all different industries, including nuclear. Um, um, and we kind of working with nuclear for many years and develop quite a lot of different technologies throughout many different programs. So in terms of the technology domains, we work across main these four technology domains. First one is advanced manufacturing technology, where we have some of the technology we developed throughout these years. Like a friction welding process, which we are pioneering, developed at TWI, and now working across different industry about this technology. Electron beam welding, arc welding, thermal processing, which is kind of looking into hot isostatic pressing, HIP it's called, or diffusion bonding, brazing, soldering. Uh, Electron beam welding, for example, one of the electron beam gun we have developed last year, which has now been used in space for welding some of the parts at International Space Center. So those kind of stuff we do for the space industry as well. Laser welding is another area, laser additive manufacturing, and then to support all this joining process, we do have a section which support the numerical modeling and simulation as well. In terms of material and structure integrity, we do have a all sort of different testing process, like a corrosion testing, hydrogen testing, also looking at the fracture integrity, fatigue integrity, and all those stuff for the material performance. Um, and also we do have thermal spray, cold spray, and surfacing technology. Some of them we have developed, like a surface sculpt at TWI, is used for many different industries these days. Um, the third one is the polymer and composite technology, where we look into the non-metallic structures and joining process for them. And finally, we look into the non-destructive testing. And this some of the development we have done for many different industries, like oil and gas, where we have generated rigs for the some of those pipes, where you can do on-site monitoring of some of the pipes on service as well. In terms of the space, TWI has been working with European Space Agency and UK Space Agency for around 20, 30 years now. Um, they are long-lasting industrial member of TWI, and we have done some of these examples you can see in this slide. Some of the components we have manufactured or developed for the space industry. For example, this is the propulsion system, electrical propulsion system, where we have um, joined these three parts using the friction stir welding. So this is kind of a joint area and joint area here. Um, Generally, this is done through kind of bolting or doing the other joining process, but this is like a seamless joining, and this can go into very high pressure. So these are some of the examples. Other examples here is like we develop joining process for structural components, so like outside of the spacecraft, which can be a kind of a some of the sensors for the space structure checks. Some of the additive manufacturing part we have developed, like this is the wire arc additive manufacture part, and some of the joining process we developed for some of the thrusters and some of the kind of a battery cells as well for the space sector. So the main topic today is about the ESA Technology Broker program, which we are leading. Um, as a part of this ESA Technology Broker, this is kind of a mainly part of a ESA commercialization network, and each ESA country has this commercialized network and support for their respective country. UK, we have key four supports here. Excuse me. Um, The first one is ESA BIX. It's a business incubation center for the company who is looking for space support and kind of looking into kind of an environment where they can able to speak with the other space company. Um, ESA Lab, which is quite new, started last year only, which is providing support in terms of the funding. It's in UK funding for company who would like to have a transferring that technology basically to the space sector. That has to be disruptive, innovative, very competitive call. Only 2 or 3 applicants per year we are taking. The third one is ESA Business Application Ambassador. There are 2 ambassadors in UK at this stage, and they actually also support in terms of business for how they can engage with the space industry. And finally, ESA Technology Broker, which is kind of looking into many of those areas to support the UK industry to transfer their technology into the space sector. This is the free program for UK-based companies, so there is no charge for that. You don't need to be TWI member for getting this support. Uh, so it's a free of charge obviously it's required application. You need to apply for it, and if it is get granted, we can support you. This kind of right hand side, you can see a kind of a map where you can able to see where the other ESA technology brokers are. So some of these countries has their own ESA technology broker. They also support the ways we are doing. And we are all connected. All these ESA technology brokers are connected in a one platform. So if any technology we are actually looking into, they are also seeing that. And sometimes we do see that we can able to connect them with the other ESA member states if they are required certain technologies. So in terms of ESA technology broker, how it works. So the our role incorporates these two aspects of the ESA technology broker. Um, First is the technology broker itself, and second one we call the Prepare for Space initiative. Um, the technology broker basically involves promotion and support for the cross-section in activities between space and non-space sector activities. Um, and this diagram just give you idea how it works. Basically, this includes a kind of matchmaking, technical matchmaking between uh, interested organization to build an ecosystem to fuel mutual growth and technical innovation that drives the tangible outcomes. And it can be coming from the space sector or it can be coming from the non-space sector. Um, and these collaborative effort include leveraging space technologies for terrestrial applications like in non-space sectors and offering route for non-space organization to enter into the space sector. Um, so this diagram kind of shows how it works. Basically, to do that, we collect the technology description from the company or technology needs from the company. And these two are different aspects. So if company is looking for their technology to transfer from non-space sector to space sector, we collect them their technology description. Basically, what are the kind of key technology they can offer into the space sector. We collect that in a form, and that form we actually use to kind of started introducing them to the space sector entities who are looking for this kind of support. As I said, we are also connected with the other ESA technology brokers, so they can see that technology description as well. So it's not only the UK, your technology description will be outside of the UK as well. And then sometime you see that someone in the other member state is looking for this kind of service or technology which you are providing. So basically, this is the technology sell, what exactly you would like to sell. And technology need is something you'd like to get help with. So basically, if the non-space sector requires certain technology, um, let's say, for example, oil and gas industry looking for some innovative sensors for their inline process or pipes, and they see that okay, in space sector there are some of the sensors used in harsh environment can be useful for this oil and gas industry. They provide these kind of needs to us in a form, and then that form we can start looking into this connecting with the space company to see if there is any potentially we can transfer some of those technology to this oil and gas industry basically as example. And likewise, if the space industry has some needs and saying that, okay, is there something we are looking for? Maybe we can look for the nuclear industry where there are some potential area they can able to, we can use those kind of technologies. And in that way, we take those need statement from the space sector and talk to nuclear or other industry and see if there is any potential uh, technology that we can able to offer to that needs. So it works both the ways basically. And to do that, we have space cluster helps us as well in terms of connecting them. We do have a UK space agency we are quite connected with. Um, also, also as I showed you, the ESA Technology Network, commercialization network is also support in that connections. So these are some of the examples. We are kind of just to put an idea in terms of what technology we are actually collecting. Um, and this technology can be a kind of service offer as well as the actual potential product or technology. Um, this is just an example. We started this program last year. This is the 3 + 1 year, around 4 years program, and generally they renew after that. Some of the ESA Technology Broker are working since last 35 years, whereas UK just started last year. Prior to that, we had Technology Broker 7 or 8 years back, um, but in between there was no broker. So right now we are collecting quite a lot of technology description and needs from the UK companies, and right now we have technology description, for example, around 40 or 42 in our portfolio, and needs is around 10 or 12. So some of this description you can see DZP Technology, they are based in Cambridge. They are actually working on the structure health monitoring, predictive maintenance of the aerospace area, and they are saying that there is a potential that technology can be transferred for spacecraft structures. And we are now connecting with them with some of the space industry structure manufacturer, so that they can able to see that if there is any value to add that technology into their structures. Deccan Innovation, they work on um, actually small scale lightweight robotics, and they are now looking into the space application, because in space ISAM, which is like in orbit structure, kind of a monitoring, manufacturing kind of area is quite focused for ESA at this stage. So this kind of technology can be useful for in-orbit manufacturing process where robots are quite useful. Lucidion, which is working on CMC, is a ceramic metric composite for high temperature application. That's a good example in terms of using those from some of the rocket engines or the combustion chambers they are using. It requires quite high temperature materials. Similar to that, I can't show you all the needs here, but needs we are taking either from the space sector or non-space sector, as I said, and we call that as a spin in and spin out. If the company is from space sector having the need, they are looking those needs to be they are looking for the kind of a solution from the non-space sector, and that's what we call the spin in. And if the company is from outside of the non-space sector, we call spin out from the space sector. These some of the examples here, what are kind of needs we are collecting right now. However, these needs goes from any different area. It comes from data storage to algorithm to tracking system to sensor system to structure, material, joining, uh, bonding, refueling area. So it's quite broad, and this technology needs are more coming to us, and this is where we kind of work with other brokers as well to see if there is any potential technology outside of UK or in UK available. I thought this might be a good example for you to show how the technology transfer is occurred. Like this is one of the example where space robotics component has been kind of looking into transfer into the fusion technology. So this is the spin out from the space sector. Um, this robotic arm is called E-Walker, and they are having a 7 degree of freedom. They use quite like some of the mission already in terms of doing some of the manufacturing stuff in the space. So for example, this is the This the space telescope assembly is done through this evoker, and another one is this space-based solar power system developed. So it has a two arms in a way that it can walk and it can do the other stuff as well, and it has a quite good free degree of freedom. Seven. Obviously, then we look into the some of the fusion industry. Obviously, fusion reacting plant has inside. There is always requirement of in terms of in situ inspection or remote maintenance or assembling or disassembling some of the components. And because of this robot, it can climb into any place. It is ideal for having to look into the inspection area of these or remote maintenance for that. And this is something collaborating with the different companies right now working towards transferring to the fusion industry. And this is something we do. We kind of connect people so that we you can either go with the kind of a ESA oriented funding, like European Space Agency oriented funding, or other like in this case the fusion related funding from UK Atomic Energy Authority. Uh, the second program, as I said, is called the Prepare for Space, and Prepare for Space initiative actually just mainly deliver a technology transfer program for non-space organization to secure technical or business support uh, to enter into the space sector. So basically, this is the one-way program. This is more involved program, and there are some eligibility criteria from for the company. Obviously, they can be small or medium scale or large scale entity. That's fine, but it has to be UK based headquarter. And this is the project based support where we provide more in-depth support to the company to transfer their technology into the space sector. These are some of the example. It's some of them are, let's say, in the left hand side you can see business service, and right hand side you can see technical service. Um, there are quite a lot to this, and I don't want to go through each of them, but I'm just giving a couple of example. For example, market analysis. Some of the company coming to us and saying that, okay, we are non-space sector, we are working in this area. However, we don't know what's the market like. What's in space, how much, how many components need, and is it feasible for us to look into this area. And then we do market analysis. We do have a consultant from different background who can able to support, give a workshop and kind of talk with them, uh, and kind of work out what's the market requirement there. And that gives some time initial understanding before you start jumping into the space sector. Other one is a funding guidance. For example, if the company is coming from outside non-space sector, they don't know what's is available in what's funding mechanism is available in space sector, like how ESA work, how UKSA work, and what are their requirement when the funding comes, what's a portal, how do you get into, and those all sort of stuff we help company to kind of get those idea. Also, let's just give a technical service. Some of them like a case space qualification, because some of these coming from the outside non-space industry, they don't know exact what are the space qualifications. So we can connect them to the space qualifiers who can able to look into that. Or if they are looking for prototyping or testing some of those product, we can able to help connecting that as well. So although this is not a big funding program, it is small funding program, but sometimes this gives a kind of initial uh, checks for the company to whether they are feasible to go through. So it's like a very low TRL level start, and once they get that idea, they can then go with the bigger funding from ESA or UKSA, and that we support as well throughout that journey. How you can apply? Obviously, you send us a expression of interest to me directly, or there's an email address prepare for space at ESA technologybroker.co.uk. Once we get that expression of interest, we have a kind of call with you. We can work out what are the scope of the work you would like to do. We can advise you in that as well. And once the application is ready, we kind of ourselves and ESA will kind of evaluate that. Once ESA said, yeah, it's good to go, it's a successful, then we actually open a project in our system in TWI. However, you are not paying anything. It's the ESA will pay us, and then we put that in a project. It's quite fast process. We kept this one as an open call right now because some companies are looking in a tomorrow just to start this program. So we are not keeping any deadline for this program. Um, just to keep this in mind, this is not a big funding. This is a support, initial support, and this you can choose some of this area, and we can help you in terms of identifying those areas as well. Okay, so to do this, anything, if you are interested in the technology broker side of it or prepare for space, feel free to talk to me. You can email me as well. I think it's in the last slide. I have my email address. And as I said, prepare for space is open call program. We can submit anytime. So feel free to speak. And just to let you know, this program is for 4 years, so it's not going to stop anytime soon. There is a website we have, official website, esatechnologybroker.co.uk. So feel free to look into that. There are some technology we have already added, so you can get some idea in terms of what kind of technologies we are currently working on. We have LinkedIn page as well, so feel free to look into that as well. So that's my contact details. Uh, Please get in touch with me if you are thinking this is something will be useful for your organization. And I would be happy to support you. Um, and yeah, thank you so much for listening me. I think we are just at 1 p.m. So thanks everyone. And if you have any question, just feel free to ask.
That's great. Thank you so much. I was going to say you've managed to be exactly on time, which is
I tried
amazing.
my best. I just gone over very quickly some of the slides, but yeah.
No, it was great. It was great. Okay, so we've got a couple of questions in the Q&A. I don't know if you can see them, but um, I can read them out here. So there's two. So we've got, what is the typical funding range available through ESA's commercialization work frame?
Okay, so as I said, from ESA commercialization, there are only one funding scheme called ESA Fee Lab, which is, as I said, it kind of one or two projects per year they are doing. However, if you look into other fundings, there are quite a lot of different fundings available. Let's say, for example, it's called GSTP, OSIP, NSIP, RTEC. There are different programs, and these different programs actually look into different area. Um, it's very hard to say which kind of funding will be right. So once we know more about your technology, I can able to guide you which are the big programs. These programs are, some are very big, like it's a EU funding you are applying. Some are very small, so depend on the your technology readiness level. You can apply different programs. Some supports low TRL level, some supports very high TRL level. So hope this can answer your question.
Brilliant. Thank you. And then there's another one that says, are there opportunities for joint applications or consortium-based projects?
Yes. Um, there are opportunity. We even TWI work quite a lot with the different companies to put to consortium together, work on the consortium, or as a part of the ESA Technology Broker, if you are into this program and if we see that is any consortium is building towards in specific program and your expertise fits into that as a part of a consortium member, we can talk to you, we can introduce you that as well. But yeah, answer to your question is yes.
Wonderful. Okay, well, that is all the questions I can see. I don't know if I've missed any in the chat. Let's just check. But as you say, no, yeah, that's all the ones I've got through here. So as you say, people can reach out to you, and this session was recorded, so we'll pop it on the hub as well for people to see and hopefully get you some more traction as well with our members and wider too.
Sure. I just kind of popped in my email address just in case anyone's looking for that.
Oh yeah, in the chat I can see that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, in the interest of time, I'll call it there. And thank you everyone for joining, giving up half your lunch break, and I hope you found the session interesting and useful. So thank you again for presenting, and I'll hopefully see you soon at another event.
Yeah. Thank you all. Bye.
Cheers. Bye everyone.